Good morning, YouTube. I'm pretty tired, but I wanted to do first impression. It is 6:40 a.m. I'm literally about to get ready, go do a little bit of studying, and maybe practice piano for a few minutes before I go to my 9 a.m. class and go take a test. Overall, I feel pretty prepared for it, but just for some extra security, I was like, I'm gonna wake up early and go study for a little bit. So yeah, I also have a major project due tomorrow at 12:30 that I need to do today and tonight and probably tomorrow morning. So yeah, but let's get into the first impressions. So I recently picked up several items. I've picked up several foundations in the past since the year has started, and one that I want to review today is the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. And I have the color Mink. So we're going to review that today, but I wanted to try something that I haven't tried before, which is I got a sample of this Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer Base Hydrant Primer, and I have oily skin, but the only place that gets really, really dry is under my eyes. So I just wanted to try and see if I put this under my eyes, would it make a difference in how my makeup looked after a few hours of wear. So I'm just going to squeeze out a little bit of this and put that right where I get dry. Literally everything else will be oily and this will look so dry, and I don't like that. So I'm just gonna put the tiniest amount right under my eyes to make sure that area is really, really hydrated. I've already cleansed my face using some goat milk soap that my roommate got me for Christmas in a sandalwood scent. It's really nice. I actually use that when my face isn't dirty, or like I feel like I don't really have, like I don't have the need to use like a legitimate face wash. So I really like that. And then I primed using my Cover FX Mattifying Primer with Acne Treatment. You guys know that's my favorite. And that's been sitting on my face for a few minutes. So like I said, I just use the Step 1 Skin Equalizer and Base Hydrant just under my eyes. And we're going to see how that works for me today. Because this area gets so dry. It just looks so dry. Alright. Got my drink. Gotta wake up. Gotta get stuff done. Also, I'm doing a journey with using my Glam Glow products. So we're going to be comparing my skin. I have a video about that, and I'll probably come back in another week or so and talk about the progress that has been made. I can definitely see and feel a difference in the texture of my skin. So that's good. Anyways, on to this. I'm like kind of squatting down. Let me tilt it up some more. There we go. So this is Becca. I have never tried anything from Becca, like purchased anything from her. I've tried a few things when I worked at Sephora, like some of her highlighters I would just throw on while I was at work or whatever, but I've never used one of her foundations, so I'm really, really excited. So again, I have the shade Mink. Hopefully this matches. So I'm going to pump it on the back of my hand. Okay, so that was like 1.5. It wasn't pumping out super easy. So that's what Mink looks like on my skin. And I'm just going to take my finger and kind of dot it all over. You guys know how I like to do with my dots all over the face. So far the color looks really good. So I'm just making tiny, tiny dots all over. My coworker said that a little bit goes a long way, so I'm trying just to use the one pump that I have. It's like a pump and a quarter. So I'm trying to cover as much surface area as I can. I may need one more pump. So that's good, so we can see this side-by-side comparison. I have a little bit left on my hand. I'm just gonna rub on down there. So I'm gonna blend this out using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, which I just washed. It blends out really easy. It does have kind of a strong smell to it. Kind of dabbing under the eyes. As you can see, it is pretty full coverage. Like, I don't think I see anything shine through, and I didn't apply a lot, which is nice, that I don't have to use a lot of product. So basically one pump covered almost my entire face. We can see the color difference. Right over here is no foundation, so it's a little bit more red than my skin, but it's not bad at all. Like, it's not super noticeable. So I'm going to take one more pump. Well, that was like half a pump. It's not pumping out consistently yet. We're going to take that much. And finish out the face, maybe. There's some spots down here I see that aren't covered at all. I think this foundation does set kind of quick, which is why that didn't really blend out. Taking whatever's left on my hand with the brush. Alright, so essentially like 1.5. I feel like the first initial bit that came out wasn't a full one pump. And like the very end one that I just did wasn't a full pump. So I'm going to say that 1.5 pumps can do your entire face with one super thin layer. This is a really, really thin layer of foundation for me, because y'all know how I like to go in, but you don't need a lot at all. But because I'm extra, I'm going to go in with a little bit more. That's one full pump right there. That's what one full pump looks like. And I'm going to take this on the brush and just go in for some extra coverage that I don't really need because it already covered everything, but just for some extra, I guess, security. And I'm dabbing it in. I'm not going to sweep. Especially on my forehead. I feel like my forehead gets the least amount of product, but that's why I have the least amount of problems, like spots. So it makes sense. Sometimes I feel like it can look kind of blotchy. So my first impression is that I really, really like this foundation. It definitely has like a matte finish, and it sets like dry. So I feel like this is definitely great for oily skin. Like, it's not gonna go anywhere. Like, it's ultimate coverage and there to stay. So that makes me feel really good. Also going to put a little bit over my ears because they are discolored. Basically 1.5 pumps is all you need. Maybe 1 pump if you can just distribute a little bit better. I might just, the next time I use it, take 1 pump and go from side to side. You could probably get away with just using 1 pump, honestly. I forgot to read the packaging to you guys. Do I still have the packaging? Did I throw it away? Oh, I have it. I forgot to read to you what this is supposed to do. So, this foundation redefined. Ultimate coverage is surprisingly weightless and breathable. Creme. Ultimate coverage in a surprisingly weightless and breathable cream. A perfectly balanced distribution of pigment and water at uniquely high concentrations allows formula to adapt to all skin types. Alright, so I'm just making sure everything looks good. And I am happy. Oh, I'm reading this. I was like, I was redoing something. So you know I'm getting old. Adapts to all skin types, lightweight and oil-free. It creates a second skin effect of undetectable, flexible coverage with a natural, long-wearing finish. Yes, I definitely agree. I think this is actually like a perfect color match. I really do like it. I think this is a great color for me. Mink. 21% pigment ensures that even texture, redness, hyperpigmentation, and imperfections are completely concealed. Yes. 22% water adds hydration and an elastic finish to prevent pigments from settling into lines or pores. It's definitely not sinking into the pores, I'll give it that. So yes. 1 pump to perfection. Using 1 pump of foundation and your 1 perfecting brush or your preferred foundation brush, sweep foundation horizontally across forehead, then move to cheeks, chin, finish sweeping vertically down the nose. So yeah, you're supposed to just use 1 pump, which I agree that you can probably, if you distribute it better than I did, you can use 1 pump and your face will be flawless, like how mine is looking right now. So far this is looking really, really good. Like I said, it sets pretty dry. It's still not 100% set. I don't really want to put too much powder on it, so I'm going to use I don't want to like change the color of it either, so I'm going to use some of my, if I can speak and look at some of my black opal, my black opal translucent powder, if I can find it. Here it is. I'm going to use black opal translucent powder. And an e.l.f. powder brush, and I'm just going to I guess kind of lightly go over my whole face, but I'm not going to be like packing it in. I'm just going to kind of lightly go over. And as you can see, this is just taking out any of the shine that it has, the foundation naturally has, which isn't bad. It looks very skin-like. It is raining outside. I can hear it. Not sure about what the temperature is. Yesterday it was a little cold, but still warm for February. So it looks even more flawless with a little bit of powder over it. I'm definitely really liking this. Oh my gosh, 15 minutes has already gone by. Doesn't feel like it's been that long. Yeah, I can hear the rain. It's gonna be probably kind of dreary day. Alright, so this is what it's looking like. Set with a little bit of translucent powder. Let me get these brows looking a little shiny up here. I'm running out of this translucent powder, which is like one of my favorites. I meant to get more when I was home for like 12 hours, but I didn't end up picking any up. Alright, so this is what it looks like. This is what I look like with just the foundation on, and I am in love. Definitely in love. Like, it looks really good. So, Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream, my first impression is, especially if you have oily skin, I feel like if you have oily skin, combination skin, I'm not sure about the dry skin, because I don't have dry skin, I just have dry skin under my eyes. Definitely if you have oily, combination, or normal, you'll probably love this, and if you're looking for a foundation that you don't have to use a lot of, literally one pump, and you're done. So I really like that about this product. A little bit goes a long way. The coverage looks awesome. It feels good. Doesn't feel like stiff. And it doesn't feel heavy either, even though it is a cream and full coverage product. So those are my first impressions about this. I'm gonna move on to finishing up my face and doing a few more kind of first impressions. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video about the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. And again, I'm wearing the shade Mink, which is right there on the bottom. Mink is my shade. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Bye, YouTube.